Hi, I'm Rusty Komori, and this is Beyond the Lines on ThinkTech Hawaii. I was the head coach of the Punahou boys varsity tennis team for 22 years, and we were fortunate to win 22 consecutive state championships. My books, Beyond the Lines and Beyond the Game, are about leadership, character, and creating a superior culture of excellence, which is what this show is all about. My special guest today is the executive director of the Pantry, which has helped over 77,000 families receive over 1.5 million pounds of food. She is Jennine Sullivan, and today we are going beyond feeding Hawaii. Hey, Jennine, welcome to Beyond the Lines.
It's great to be here. Thank you so much.
Now, Jennine, I know that you attended Punahou, and I was coaching while you were attending Punahou, right?
That's correct. And not only that, I have a number of friends that you coached.
So, Jennine, what activities did you do while you attended Punahou?
I was very involved. I did a lot of things. I ran cross country for a number of years. I did track and field. I actually pole vaulted for a couple of semesters on the track and field team. I was also involved in the Punahou yearbook, student council. I just really enjoyed all the opportunities that Punahou provided that I was able to participate in.
And Jennine, tell me about your college experience.
Sure. So I went to Babson College, which is in Boston. And I struggled through the cold for about 4 years and then decided that I was going to stay around the mainland. So I worked both domestically and internationally for about 15 years on the mainland and internationally before coming home.
Okay, so what specifically did you do before joining the Pantry?
I did a number of things. So right after college, I did about 4 years of finance. And so there I did quite an extensive amount of travel. So I worked in Australia, in London, all over the continental US. And then I spent about 4 years doing venture capital. So I started, developed, and launched 2 new companies for GE Ventures. Both of those were sold. And once they were sold, I went on and I helped support a number of different other startups get their feet off the ground, helping doing fundraising, business plan development, financial planning and analysis. I did a lot of things because I had a lot of diverse skills from my experience working across a number of different industries and companies.
Well, you definitely did a lot of stuff, Jennine. And now, can you tell everybody what exactly is the Pantry?
The Pantry is the only weekly e-commerce food distribution in the country. And what that means is that our clients can go online and shop 24/7 for the food that they want and that they need. And what's different about us, aside from being an e-commerce food distribution, is that because we distribute food 3 days a week, 52 weeks a year, our clients know that they can come to us and receive that fresh, diverse, nutritional food that we all need, and they can receive it on a regular basis. So it really helps them have that security and relief of knowing that they can put food on the table for their family.
So, Jennine, what's the benefit you see in terms of there's other great food distributions where they give families in need, a big box of food, versus what you guys do. Can you tell me more about that?
What's, I think, special and of course unique about us is that because our clients can shop for their food, they're able to pick what they want. So our clients know their family's dietary needs. They know the foods that their children prefer to eat. And that really helps eliminate waste. And so unlike receiving, a box of assorted foods that might just be given to them in a large box, our clients are custom picking their orders and our volunteers are custom packing those orders so that our clients can get what they want and what they need without any waste.
Jennine, I felt very privileged to go to the Pantry a few weeks ago to really see what you do and how you do it. And I was very impressed with the volunteers that you have, and the first volunteer that I saw was Bub Woe from the incredible, amazing CS Woe family, and so many others that they just seem to have such a great passion to help.
We are incredibly fortunate, and I am incredibly fortunate to have such a phenomenal group of volunteers who come not only to serve, once, but who come and serve every week. And so Bob and Paulette and his family come every Tuesday and Friday, and it is an enormous blessing to have them, just because not only are they just phenomenal people and great cheerleaders for the rest of the volunteers, but they really help me think through some of the more strategic items around how do we think about growing the pantry, how do we think about doing things better, process improvements. Right there is a picture of Kelly, who originally was the gateway to me meeting the Woe family, and we're just a phenomenal group of volunteers, and they're one of many of the extraordinary volunteers who come in and spend their time, talent, and treasure to help make the pantry a one-of-a-kind place.
Now, Jennine, can you explain a little bit about how discreet and organized it is for the families to come to really pick up their foods?
Sure. So our clients go online, they can shop once a week. They put in their order online, and that gives them a confirmation number. And so they take that confirmation number, they come on their assigned pickup day. They give us their confirmation number. We go and we find their order that's already been custom packed by our volunteers. Right now, I have a team of about 20 volunteers custom packing our orders right now in preparation for tomorrow's pickups. And they're able to come in. We have a drive-through and a walk-through for all of our clients. So they pick their appropriate line, and then we open up their trunks. We give them their custom packed order, or put it into their wagons if they've walked on, and they're able to go about their day. But they know that they're receiving the food that they ordered, which is really the important aspect.
I really like hearing that. And Jennine, please share about how people can help the pantry.
Absolutely. There's so many different ways that you can help. If you have the extra time on your hands and you'd love to come and volunteer with us, we would love that. We're always looking for more volunteers, whether to help custom pack orders, help on distribution day, help us pack produce bags. Volunteering is always a way that we're looking for help. If you have the capacity and the ability, we're always looking for financial donations. As a nonprofit, we are reliant on donations to help ensure that we are able to make the food purchases and support our community and continuing to be there for them for both now and beyond. Or perhaps, you have connections in the industries, and maybe you know a farmer who might have extra inventory on hand. Maybe you know of another organization that might be a great partner for us. We're always looking for better partnerships. So please reach out, visit thepantry.org, send me an email. I'm always looking to see how we can do things better and how we can work with our community members to help continue to be here for the community.
Now, I'm glad you mentioned the website, and I looked on your website, and under vision, it's very clear what your vision is to eliminate food insecurity in Hawaii. And can you tell me more about why that is the vision?
Absolutely. So a UH report just came out on March 25th of this year that found that 48% of Hawaii families are food insecure, and that 1 in 3 children don't have enough food to eat. And so our vision, and really our mission, and the reason that I get up with passion every morning, is to make sure that we're providing for those community members. 48% of Hawaii families is a gigantic number of our community members, and we need to be here to help support them, to provide them with the fresh, diverse, nutritional food that we all need. And with your support, and with the support of the amazing community that we have in Hawaii, we want to make sure we're taking care of each other and taking care of our ohana.
Jennine, I know that for you as a leader, you do so many things behind the scenes. So as executive director, what does your job entail?
So up until about 2 weeks ago, I was the only paid staff member. So I do it all. I do everything from business planning to financial planning to working with donors to help fundraise to ordering shelving to help us increase capacity to driving the forklift around to driving our flatbed out to make pickup deliveries to working with partners to build out partnerships, to helping, move boxes and pack orders. I do it all.
No, you're very dynamic. I mean, I'm impressed that you can drive the forklift there, Jennine.
It's actually pretty easy. It was a relatively easy skill to learn.
Yeah. Now, Jennine, tell me about how a restaurant like 53 by the Sea helps the pantry.
So 53 by the Sea has been a phenomenal partnership that we actually were able to establish very early on. They've just been going above and beyond all aspects. So the way that it works is we'll provide them 53 by the Sea with the raw materials. So frequently we'll get large portions of food that we're not able to easily give out to our clients. So for example, last week we had these 60-pound boxes of whole chickens. And that's just really a difficult thing for our clients to intake. But we can give that to 53 by the Sea. They'll take it and cook it into stews or soups or just anything. They've made Kahlua pig and cabbage. They're just able to take it, process it, and give it back to us in frozen containers so that we can then give that back to the community as frozen prepared meals. And 53 by the Sea is just not only been a phenomenal partner, but they've just been a wonderful organization that has just given back, especially when things were really slow for them. So we're incredibly grateful for the continued support of organizations like 53 by the Sea and the many others who have helped continue to enable us to support the community.
Man, I love hearing about 53 by the Sea doing that, making the pre-made meals. And oh, those are fantastic pre-made meals. And
Yes.
Jennine, tell me about Down to Earth, because I know Down to Earth has helped you as well.
So Down to Earth is, another amazing local organization. Right here in this picture, you can see that they helped us run a food drive to help support our food inventory. Right now, we're really struggling with having the ability to purchase enough food in order to provide to our families and our clients. And so they helped us with a food drive. And right now, they're helping to continue to provide us with extra produce and things that they have on hand that for whatever reason they need to donate. And so we're incredibly grateful for the ongoing support of Down to Earth.
I also noticed, Jennine, that Aloha Harvest and Aloon Farms also help out. How do they help you as well?
Yes, Aloha Harvest is another great partner that we have. Right now their mission is really around rescuing food in Hawaii, and so they're a perfect partner for us. This morning they donated to us 2 pallets of eggs that we'll distribute tomorrow. And they're just a phenomenal organization with great people working there with a very similarly mission aligned organization of making sure that no one goes hungry and using interesting resources and partnerships to help provide to organizations like ourselves. Aloon Farms is another phenomenal organization. We were able to work with them at the very beginning of the pandemic to not only make purchases, but they gave us quite a bit of food donations as restaurants were slowing down. And we're always looking for organizations like that where we can partner with local agriculture to help support local farmers, work with local restaurants and local organizations. While we have a global vision, we're always looking about how we think about acting locally.
I love hearing how, these businesses are helping our community. And when I was there at the pantry, I also noticed the mural. I mean, you have like a beautiful mural done by 808 Urban.
That's correct. And so here you can see this picture. This is just a portion of our mural. It's about a 400-foot wall, I believe. 400-foot wall. And they came in and it was this terrible brown color before. And so they came in and really just made a phenomenal masterpiece. And it started all off with our volunteers putting their handprints on the wall. And so if you take a look at some of the pictures, you can see the handprints behind the mural. But just another wonderful organization who saw that we were trying to inspire hope and joy for our clients when they come in. And we really think that this mural does that and provides them something gorgeous to look at while they're waiting for their food to be put into their car or their carts. And we're grateful for, organizations that are always looking for helpful and interesting ways to give back. So we're very grateful.
Yeah, it's definitely uplifting looking at that mural. And Jennine, you have my books, and I want to know what's standing out to you in my books.
The thing that stood out to me is actually a value that I hold near and dear to my heart, and that's why I think I connected with you around continuous improvement. Every day, I'm trying to do one thing better, and I tell the same thing to my volunteers. We're just trying to do one thing better every day. And so let's make sure that we're always looking for better ways to do things. Let's make one, if we make a mistake, of course, we all make mistakes, but let's make sure that we know what that mistake was and not make it again.
No, I like hearing that, because that's how you improve as a leader, but that's how you get your entire team to improve as well,
Absolutely.
individually and collectively. Now,
Absolutely. No, and that's why I loved your books.
yeah, thank you. I like hearing that, Jennine. And you're a fantastic leader. I loved watching you in action over there. And we've all been on teams before, whether it be in sports or business. And what do you feel are some of the qualities that the best leaders do?
I mean, I look across the leaders, and there's so many leaders that I admire. Certainly, the thing that I always think about is how people don't always remember what you say to them, but they remember how you make them feel. And I always think about that with all of the interactions that I have with not only my volunteers, but the clients that we have here, of just making sure that everyone knows I'm so grateful for their time and help. I'm so thrilled that they chose to spend, their morning or their afternoon with me and helping at the pantry. And so, while there's a number of things that I think great leaders do, I also think that an enormous part of that is making sure that people understand I'm so appreciative.
Oh, that's so true. And Jennine, you have such a great organized system, and I can see that all the volunteers, I mean, they really honestly love being there, and it's a reflection of you and your leadership, because you've created a great culture of excellence there at the pantry, and everyone's just working together. But what are some specific things that you do that you focus on to really make that happen?
There's so many things. I think one of the big things is thinking, when I think about our distribution day, it's parceling out the key sectors and then putting in volunteer leads at those sectors. So I have an outside team, and I have key outside volunteers. I have an inside shopping team and key volunteers there. And it's just making sure that, because while I aspire to, I cannot always be everywhere at the same time, that without having me there, the volunteers know that, this person is in charge of this area, and can speak about how to do things. If they're a new volunteer, making sure that they know who to contact if they have questions.
Oh, that's good. And what kind of backgrounds do your volunteers have?
Oh goodness, my volunteers come from all walks of life, and that's what makes the pantry such a wonderful place to be. I think is that I have school children here who are learning about how to manage inventory. I have phenomenal retired individuals who have led very successful business lives. I have people. One of my volunteers on Wednesday mornings is a salesperson, and she's able to work her schedule around volunteering at the pantry. And so we have people from all walks of life. And if you're interested in volunteering, please visit thepantry.org/volunteer. We'd love to have you, and I promise to make you feel welcome and at home here.
And that's really what I noticed. I mean, you had some kids there that were working really hard, and they're learning all of these important business skills, and to really execute things that needs to be done. But whether it's the volunteers directing traffic, or whether it's the volunteers that is selecting the food, or putting the food in the cars. I mean, it's just a great system, and they all look so happy and to help each other out.
I mean, I think of the pantry as an ohana, and I mean that so sincerely. In that I'm so grateful for every person who comes and spends time here, and we work together as a family. We work together as a unit, and I'm incredibly focused on making sure that everyone knows that all of us are here to help, and whether that be lifting boxes or moving boxes around or speaking with clients. We all do it, and we're all here to work as one team to help support the community.
Jennine, reflecting back on your life so far, your young life so far, what's an adversity or a challenge that you dealt with that you had to overcome?
I mean, there's certainly adversities that we all face. I think one that will probably resonate with many of your viewers is just the uncertainty and not knowing what is it to do with life. And a reason why I moved around so much and did so many jobs was because I was looking for that job, that dream job that everyone's talking about. And so that was something that I really struggled with finding. I didn't know what I wanted to do. I had grown up always thinking, you'll find your dream job, but I really hadn't until quite truly I found the pantry. And my advice to anyone who's struggling with not knowing what to do is continue to try things, continue to take new jobs, take new responsibilities, volunteer at different organizations, figure out what you enjoy, what you don't enjoy, figure out what you're good at, figure out what you're not good at so that you can mitigate that. And just keep on looking, because that job is out there and that opportunity is out there. So keep on going.
Yeah, and it becomes very meaningful. It adds purpose to your life. And Jennine, I want to ask you, who's a leader that you admire and why?
Um, it's actually, I really admire Bill Gates.
Yeah.
And I say that just because I look at what he's done. He's had such a phenomenal career, and he's done so many innovative things that have truly changed history. But not only that, he's turned around and, with the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, is using his funds. He's pledged, I think, like 98% of his wealth to give back and solve for malaria. And just, I admire someone who has really made it in the world and has decided to improve the world instead of doing other things that one might be able to do with that kind of wealth.
Yeah, no, him and Warren Buffett, that they're doing it together. And Jennine, what's a valuable lesson you learned in life so far?
A valuable lesson. Goodness, there's so many. I think that for me, especially in times of COVID and times of the pandemic, it's that you have to take care of yourself. And I think that's something that everyone struggles with, in that they're always trying to give, they're always trying to be perfect for, friends and family members that are taking care of children. You just have to remember that, no one's going to take care of yourself except for you. And so whether that means, going exercising, whether that means taking a nap, whether that means spending a half an hour or hour in the morning, walking the beach to make sure that you're ready for the day. Make sure that you're taking care of yourself. And that's something that it's easy to forget with everyone pulling at your priorities.
Yeah, really, and have balance in your life while you're doing that. So
Absolutely.
Jennine, I want to ask you about what are some of your future goals that you have, because now you've been, so involved with the pantry. What do you need to do to improve the pantry from now moving forward?
Great question. And it's actually something that I've given a lot of thought to. And right now, my present goal for the pantry is to get it to a place of sustainability. And I mean that in all senses of the word, of financial stability, of business plan stability, of having sufficient food purchases that we're able to make across the island and work with different partners to make sure that we have fresh, diverse, nutritious food for our clients on an ongoing basis. But really, sustainability is my big focus in the immediate term to make sure that we can be here and continue to provide for our community.
You know, Jennine, when you're giving the food and you and the volunteers are giving the food to these families in need and you see their faces, tell me about what you feel like when you see their faces.
I love doing it. I love, and I'm, you've been here, you know that I'm frequently outside, but I love working with the community and seeing with them and having conversations with them. A number of our clients I see every week. So I love catching up with them and just hearing about what's going on in their lives. Of course, getting feedback about what they like. Is it pineapples or bananas or papayas? What's your preference? But really just working with them and knowing that, everyone has their own struggles, and we're here to help make their life as easy as possible around, having contactless pickup so that it's provided in a safe manner, in an efficient manner. We really just are always looking for feedback of how to do things better. And I love seeing, the dogs that come in the back seat of the cars, or the children that are walking with their family members. We're here to be a part of the community and help support our neighbors.
Oh yeah, that it's so good to hear you say that, and the impact that you're making is truly priceless. And Jennine, I want to ask you one more question before we wrap up. What gives you fulfillment?
I mean, so many things. Right now, what gives me fulfillment is knowing that I love my job. And I wake up every morning knowing that I get to work with a phenomenal team of volunteers who have chosen to be here and who have chosen to spend their day with me, and hearing about what's going on in their lives and connecting with them about what they're seeing outside in the community and how can we do things better? How can we process improve? So many of the improvements that we've made to our warehouse and facility have come through volunteer suggestions. And so I get fulfilled knowing that I'm making the world a better place and that I get to work with the best team imaginable, which are volunteers who have chosen to be with me and work in this warehouse and help support our community. And I absolutely love that. And that's why I'm so passionate about what I do.
Well, Jennine, you are a fantastic example of servant leadership, and you are someone that definitely goes beyond the lines. And I want to thank you for taking time to join me on the show today.
Thank you so much for having me. It was wonderful to catch up.
And thank you for watching Beyond the Lines on ThinkTech Hawaii. For more information, please visit rustykomori.com, and my books are available on Amazon and Barnes and Noble. I hope that Jennine and I will inspire you to create your own superior culture of excellence and to find your greatness and help others find theirs. Aloha.